receipts, brother, bring them to the show. When it come down to it, who to go? All you LeBron James fans, I want smoke. Everybody hates Pope. Everybody hates Pope. Everybody hates Pope. Everybody hates Pope. Talking all facts, keep your ego. If you got receipts, brother, bring them to the show. When it come down to it, who to go? All you LeBron James fans, I want smoke.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Everybody Hates Pope Radio. Today, got another special episode, man. A lot of good things happening in the sports world, especially in the NFL. Want to touch on these type of things, man. We got Cam Newton going to the New England Patriots. That seems to be a hot topic. Definitely wanted to get on and have a conversation about that. I got a special caller. Raider G. Hill will be in the building to give his take on all those things. We all like when Raider G. Hill come through, man. And what we're going to do, man, is talk about Cam Newton going to the New England Patriots. I, for one, am a big fan of that. I like Cam Newton. I feel like Cam Newton's been one hell of a football player. He's had a great career. He's been a trendsetter. He's lived up to expectations. As a fan of Cam Newton, it's good to see him land in such a good situation where he is effectively uniting with the best football coach in all of football. And not only is he uniting with Bill Belichick, the greatest football coach, he's uniting with him at a moment where Bill is on a mission. He wants to prove to the world that he can get the job done with a different quarterback, with a different style of quarterback. And they are joining forces at a time where they both need each other. Cam Newton, as we already know, needs to have a really good second half of his career. A lot of naysayers out there. A lot of naysayers, a lot of people saying that he's washed, he wasn't as good as they said he was. He's only had one great season. You hear that one. And a lot of people say that, this can't happen. However, I would like to introduce the man that told me that this is something that never would happen. He said that there's no way that he lands in New England. So, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce my man, the biggest Oakland Raider fan you're ever gonna see. I'm sorry, Las Vegas Raiders that you're ever gonna see. Raider G. Hall.
Yo.
What's up, G, man?
Raider G. Hall here.
Okay, great, man. It's good to have you in the building, man. How you doing today, man?
I'm great, man. Happy to be back on Everybody Hates Pope.
No doubt.
One of the best sports radio shows in all of sport.
My man, please like, share, and subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you nothing to like, share, and subscribe to Everybody Hates Poke Radio. But real quick, man, is the family good? Everybody safe? Everybody healthy?
Yeah, everybody good, man. Thank God. Everybody good, man. We're blessed.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, man, no further ado, man. We're going to dive right into it, man. And as I promised you, man, I'm not here to debate you totally. But I am here to challenge you on some things that you said. Now, I'm getting straight to the point, okay? You know what? I take that back. Let's build this thing up. We've had a lot of sports conversations, man, and one of the conversations that we've had before is Cam Newton. And you speak with him with a heavy amount of vitriol. and it just seems like you do not like this guy. Um, give us the backdrop on your feelings and thoughts of Cam Newton.
Well, this is a quarterback league, man. This is a quarterback league, and me personally, as a fan of the NFL, I love quarterbacks. I can be a critic to all of them. But when it comes down to Cam Newton, he had 9 seasons to master the game as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. And statistically, he didn't get it done. Too much damage has been done to catch up in such a short time. And I think even with the greatest coaching staff in the league, which is Bill Belichick, along with offensive coordinator Josh McDee, even with all the future scandals and cameras, fire gates, and the plate, I don't think he got enough time to get it done and become a Hall of Fame quarterback in the National Football League.
So you're saying that Cam Newton isn't even a Hall of Fame quarterback?
No, he's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Okay. Question, G. Who's your favorite college football team?
Roll Tide, Alabama.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and cut through the bullshit.
Born and raised in the state of Alabama. It's not that I just look at the resume of the last decade of winning more championships than most college teams. But I've been a fan since Gene Stallings. You know, I know all the coaches, Mike DeBose. It wasn't Nick Saban that I jumped on the wagon. So let's get that understood.
Fair enough, but let's cut through all the BS. Now you come on, you got nothing but harsh words to say about Cam Newton, and it turns out you're a Bama fan, and he went to Auburn. Is there any chance that you're being biased right now? Because you say that he's not a Hall of Famer. You're saying that statistically he hasn't panned out. When I look at the statistics, this man is only 31 years old. That's the key thing that we need to remember. He's only 31 years old. Now we're walking around here, we see Ben Roethlisberger at 39, we see Tom Brady at 41, we see Drew Brees, we see a new era in which athletes play a longer time. So this guy is 31 years old. He's walking around, he's completing 59.6% of all of his footballs, thrown for 29,041 yards, has 182 touchdown passes, as opposed to only 108 interceptions. And I mean, I'm not even talking about his rushing stats yet. So when you say that he hasn't got it done statistically, what are you talking about?
Well, he didn't. He didn't get it done statistically. He's not on the top of the charts as completion percentage and QBR. He's not on the top of the list of that either. Those things matter. Numerically, that matters.
Okay, so when you say he's not at the top of QBR ratings, I just want to go by his ratings year by year. I'm just keeping it to the statistics because you're a person that's saying that statistically he doesn't get it done. So from his rookie season in 2011, statistically speaking, his rating has been 84.5, 86.2, 88.8.
That's not top the charts.
88.8 isn't what would he need to get 100? Come on
exactly.
now.
The top of the charts. Average 100, yes.
Average 100.
Not one season, not three seasons. Out of 9 seasons, he should average in the later 90s in the 100 QBR.
There's only a few that average 100. Those are the greatest Hall of Famers.
Well, in order, it only takes a few that makes the Hall of Fame.
That's not true, G. We live in an era where almost everybody gets in the Hall of Fame. You don't have to be.
Well, that's not the era. That's not the era that I want. I want the elite.
It's not about what you want. It's about what it is. Now, before I was interrupted, though, I just want to go through this. Okay, year by year, this is his rating. Starting as a rookie, 84.5, 86.2, 88.8, 82.1, 99.4, 75.8, 80.7. 94.2, 71, which would be last year. So he's had two seasons of being in the 90s, and 3 seasons where he's flirting with 90s. Come on, man. That's upper echelon of an NFL quarterback, man. That's not Tom Brady. That's not Aaron Rodgers. But at the same time, that's upper echelon. And I would like to add on, he's only 31 years old. And now you're looking at him going to the New England Patriots to team up with Bill Belichick. If this guy gets a Super Bowl under his belt, you're looking at a Hall of Famer, brother.
Well, you're introducing those numbers like he's a QBR darling. He's not a QBR darling. Look around this division. You got Drew Brees and Matt Ryan. Those guys are QBR darlings. They are completion percentage leaders. So you gotta take that in consideration. He ranks below the elite quarterbacks in the National Football League.
Well, everybody knows that Cam Newton ranks below Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers of the world and Tom Brady. That's not rocket science. But the question is, after that, he's in that conversation with the Matt Ryans and the Ben Roethlisbergers of the world. I mean, he's top 10. Throughout his entire career, he's been a top 10 quarterback in the National Football League. There's 32 teams, and he's been top 10 consistently. And you conveniently love to throw out his MVP season, as in that's just 1 year. Well, guess what? That is a year of an MVP. Very few quarterbacks can say that they were an MVP. Now, let's focus on the facts of the matter, though. You being an Alabama fan and this kid being an Auburn ball player, does that make you biased at all?
No, not at all. I mean, the NFL is a quarterback league. NCAA, especially in the SEC, is not a quarterback league. Alabama has won several national titles, and with very average quarterbacks under center. So when you're looking at the NCAA and college football, that's not a quarterback league. But when you look at the NFL, that is definitely a quarterback league. And where Newton ranks, it's below stat.
It's below who though? It's only below the absolute elites. It's below Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger. After that, he's right in the pack with the other good quarterbacks.
Sounds average to me.
That's not average.
That's average.
So when you win an MVP, that's average?
No, that's not average that year, but we had 9 years. We had 9 years to take a look at Cam Newton. If we look at 1 year, that's biased. If you rate his career off of that one season, that's being biased, and that don't put him in the Hall of Fame, in my opinion.
Okay, so what I did was I specifically went down every single year of his career. So what I'm seeing when I look at his career, I'm seeing, and keep in mind it's only a 9-year career, keep in mind he's only 31 years old, and these quarterbacks are playing to their 40s nowadays. But when I look at his career, I see an MVP season, and on top of that, I see a bunch of good seasons. There isn't a bad season. Cam Newton does not have a bad season under his belt. So what he has is a bunch of good, solid years and an MVP season.
Well, I look at it like this. The best ability is availability. Out of 9 seasons, Cam only played 16 games, 5 of those seasons. This is a league where they heavily protect the quarterback, and by him not completing those seasons, man, that's a major concern to me.
You know what? You might want to do your research before you make these type of comments. So let's take a look at his availability. As you said, Cam Newton has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons of playing complete years. Okay, the years that out of 9, 5 out of 9. In the years that he did not play a complete season, Cam played 14 out of 16. 15 out of 16, and 14 out of 16. So 2019 was the very first season that he missed more than 2 games. Now
that's exactly what I said.
If that's not reliable, then what? He got one seat. I'm gonna run this.
That's not reliable.
I'm gonna run this by you one more time. He has 5 full complete seasons. In the other 4 seasons that he did not play a complete season, he missed 2 games. He missed 2 games, and he missed 1 game. And then there was 2019. So you're talking about a guy that will either play every single game of the year, or he may miss 1 game or miss 2 games. Now,
well, we're talking about.
Now, hold on.
We're talking about the National Football League when all you got to do is be quarterback face and that's the flag.
Okay, so let's talk about the National Football League, where I just seen Ben Roethlisberger miss a complete year, where Ben Roethlisberger himself usually misses about 4 games, where Tom Brady himself missed a full year, where we seen Aaron Rodgers miss a full year, where we seen Drew Brees miss a full year. So none of these quarterbacks are playing. This is as reliable as a quarterback that you can imagine, and he runs the football. You better do better than what
That's the problem.
You better do what. It's
That's
not
the
a
problem.
problem if he's still reliable. I mean, listen to how you're talking about him after 1 season where he missed. And you're saying that's the problem. Then explain Ben Roethlisberger. Why was he out for the season? Explain Drew Brees. Why was he hurt for the season? Come on, brother. Don't have a different set of rules.
Hey, look, we critiquing him on his first 9 years. Okay, if he's not available enough in his first 9 years, what is he gonna do in his next 9 seasons?
I just showed you that
the best ability is availability.
He is as reliable as any quarterback that you could ever think of. He only had 1 season where he missed. 1. And Drew Brees had the same. So did Aaron Rodgers, so did Tom Brady, so did Ben Roethlisberger, so did Peyton Manning. What quarterback didn't have a year where they missed?
Hey, let's go back. Let's go back. Hold on.
I don't want to make it messy, but you keep talking about the National Football League. Name me a quarterback in the National Football League that hasn't missed a year.
That goes back. You mentioned an elite quarterback. That's why I tell you Cam is average, and that matters. That matters a whole lot. If you have a history of being injured in this league where there's 100% of injury, but if you have a history of being average, of being injured, and you're an average quarterback, then when it's time for negotiating contracts, are you worth the risk? Drew Brees, if you Ben Roethlisberger, if you Aaron Rodgers, no doubt you worth the risk. But when you only average and you can be replaced, that makes a hell of a difference.
Hey G, you're acting like Donald Trump right now, brother. Like you're not listening. You're not facing the actual facts, man. You're not. I just gave you the actual facts. Now, if you take last year out, in 8 years, Cam Newton missed 3 games. In 8 years, he missed 3 games. So why are you going along with this narrative that he's injury prone? Why are you doing that?
I'm not going to agree with your numbers.
Okay, I'm showing you the numbers right now. 2016, he played 16 games. 2012, 16. 2013, 16. 2014, 14. 2015, 16. 2016, 15. 2017, 16. 2018, 14. And then 2019, last year he was hurt. Dude, this is as reliable as a football player that you're ever going to find. And you're telling me that he's injury prone.
Yeah, that's not perfect attendance. He don't get an award for that. That's not perfect attendance. We need perfect attendance.
Well, show me who has perfect attendance. Listen, show me who has perfect attendance, because at this point, You have a
I
different.
can't.
You have a different.
I can't show you.
Okay.
I can't show you unless we talking about average quarterback that's no longer in the league after 9 seasons.
Okay. Well,
I mean, we talking about elite quarterback. That's a totally different category.
All right. Okay. Well, moving forward. So tell me this, G. When I spoke to you earlier, it seemed like you was in congratulatory mode because you seemed to be happy that Cam Newton didn't have a job and he wasn't going to get a job. But you made it perfectly clear to me that the one team that would not sign him was the New England Patriots. Now the New England Patriots have signed him. Now what do you have to say?
I mean, it all goes back to the conversation we've been having since this call started. I mean, look what he got paid. Look what he got paid. He only got a $1.1 million deal with escalators up to $7.5 million. Bill Belichick was in a tight spot. And I mean, I'm not so sure if this signing was a good signing for Cam. So to take this back to the argument that we had before, it kind of lines up along with the fact that I've been speaking on since the conversation started. He's an average quarterback.
Okay, so that was not an answer, but I'm gonna give you another opportunity. You did say that the New England Patriots, despite the contract, despite the duration, you never said, you know what, they might pick him up on a 1-year deal if it's convenient. But I just want to know. You told me specifically that New England and Bill Belichick in particular would never sign him. But they did. So now what? You know, I mean, you gotta listen, man. We're in this business, man. If we're gonna be making predictions, we gotta have the nuts to come back and say, you know what, I might be wrong about that one. But what do you have to say about that?
What I can say is what I said. I'm not sure we could crown this signing. This is not a Belichick move that he wanted to do. Okay, this is what Belichick had to do. I'm not sure that Cam was brought in to be a starter, but of course, if you can get Cam Newton, your quarterback room, and you need quarterbacks in your quarterback room, and you can only land him for $1.1 million guaranteed, you don't make that move? I mean, I know what I said. I know what my prediction was, and I don't know why this is about my prediction. When he only signed a $1.1 million deal, why is my prediction that he would never be a New England Patriot even matter when he got a deal like this?
It matters because you consistently do this, and at the time that we had this conversation, Cam Newton was unemployed. And being that Cam Newton was unemployed, we should have had the wherewithal to understand that somebody's going to get him on a good deal. You're not going to get a blockbuster deal when you're still unemployed in March and freaking April. I mean, at that point, you realize, you know, somebody's about to get Cam Newton on a lovely deal. And even though you knew that and understood that, you still were saying that New England and Bill Belichick would never sign him. I'm just holding your feet to the fire, brother. That's all I'm doing, man, because you continue.
I mean, you can do that. You can hold my feet to the fire on a prediction. You can hold my feet to the fire, but I explained that prediction, and it kind of lines up on the entire conversation. He's an average quarterback.
So why? Listen, this is the thing. No average quarterback wins the MVP. None. There is no average quarterback that's capable of winning an MVP. I would like for you to show me one average quarterback that ever won an MVP.
Man, we keep crowning Cam on his MVP year until we blew in the face, man. But at the end of the day, this is a smart league. These are smart coaches in this league. You are a fan. I am a fan. And one thing fans like to do, and I consider myself different as the average fan, these coaches are watching film. They are studying film. What are we doing as fans? We are watching Sports Center. We are watching the NFL Network. Coaches around the league is not looking at the MVP here. Coaches around the league is looking at the overall body of work. Not even talking about his injury history. If you do a real breakdown on Cam, he's never been that QBR quarterback like you trying to say he is with an average of 85%. He's never jumped off the screen as in completion percentage. Those numbers matter, man.
Well, you know what other numbers matter? See, what you do is you're talking to me like I'm not a football dude. So
I know you're a football guy.
Okay, so
but you got to look at the coach's perspectives, man.
I'm looking at the coach's perspective, and when you look at the numbers, you know, I'm just piggybacking off of what you said. You said that the National Football League, these coaches study people. That's interesting because Cam Newton didn't win his MVP into what, his 7th season. After all the study, after all the film on Cam Newton, he still got an MVP season in his 7th year. So all that studying didn't even matter. All right. You want to talk about his completion percentage and his QBR and these stats that don't jump off the table at you, but you never mention his rushing stats. You know why you don't mention his rushing stats? Because that jumps off the page at you. See, what you want to do is you want to take everything that's great about Cam Newton and minimize it. Oh, it was only one great year. Meanwhile, you cannot name one average quarterback that ever won an MVP or even sniffed an MVP. You want to talk about his completion percentage, which, by the way, is at 60%. That's nothing to just sneeze at. But you want to talk about his completion.
No, it's not, but it's not elite.
Time out. 60% is damn near the benchmark. If you're throwing the ball at a 60% clip, you're good. Now again, if you
I'm sure there have been years when it was in the 50s.
But again, if you want to go to elite level, which would be Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, yes, they throw it in the 70s.
Who never lands in the 50s.
I'm sorry?
Who never ever lands in the 50s.
Yeah,
as far as completion percentage.
That's a true statement. But again, I'm not comparing Cam Newton to the elite quarterbacks. I have never compared Cam Newton to no damn Tom Brady. I have not done that. But as far as being a Hall of Famer, as far as comparing him to say Ben Roethlisberger, yeah, I can do that. Because can Tom Brady scramble? Can he run? Can he score 12 touchdowns with his feet in a season? No, he can't. Can he cause a headache for a defensive coordinator as far as running the football? No, he cannot. So each quarterback brings something different to the table. Again,
I agree.
You're trying to hide and mask and minimize his strengths while bringing his weaknesses to the forefront. And again,
I'm not trying to hide that. I'm just trying to explain why he just signed a $1.1 million deal. Do he belong in the National Football League? Yes.
Uh-huh.
Is he worth more than that $1 million deal he just signed? Yes. But the structure of the business aligns with he just got a prove it deal. And he has to prove it to land another big deal. That's all I'm saying. He got an average quarterback deal, which was the bare minimum.
Okay, so I'd like to piggyback off that, and I'm going to ask you your final question. He didn't get an average quarterback deal. What he got was a black quarterback's deal. And I'm not going to...
Get out of here, man.
Okay, so I'm not going to keep having these conversations with you and act like race doesn't matter. We're not going to sit here and act like the NFL is not currently apologizing to Colin Kaepernick for freezing him out. For what
different scenarios.
Hold on. They blackballed Colin Kaepernick for what they are now saying is a worthy cause. We're talking about a league that is just now embracing the black quarterback. We're talking about a league that is just now in 2020 embracing the black quarterback. We're talking about a league that saw Jameis Winston get a terrible deal down in New Orleans. The same Jameis Winston that had he been a white quarterback would still be employed. So we already know that the black quarterback sees unfairness in the league. But now you're going to act like this is a just league. We're not going to do that, man. We're not going to do that. Cam Newton not having a job for so long and getting this bad deal, that has a lot to do about race. If Cam Newton was a white quarterback, he'd be considered like Joe Namath, who is actually average, but he's in the Hall of Fame. So, we're not going to have that conversation right now today, but I would like to ask you this. What do you predict and what do you see as far as the marriage of Bill Belichick and Cam Newton?
Okay, I'll answer your question, but I'm gonna touch on some of the statements you made. It is an issue with every workforce that exists in the United States of America.
Okay,
it definitely exists. I'm not acting like it don't. I'm just not tying this situation, this contract, to a race issue, because me personally, what Richard Sherman has said, I don't know who made Richard Sherman the spokesman of the players in the National Football League, but he needs to get rid of that label. I really believe Cam put himself in a this answers your second question. I really believe Cam put himself in the best position possible to land another big deal. And with the marriage of him and Belichick, is perfect for his situation on trying to land another big deal.
Okay, so now we went from Bill Belichick would never sign him to this is a good situation for him and he may get another big deal. Because that's exactly where I'm at with things. Bill Belichick, of all people, is going to find a way to make Cam Newton effective. Cam Newton, I would like to say this too. When I think about average quarterbacks, I don't need statistics. To show me what an average quarterback is. Like, I can just throw the statistics out the window. When I watch Cam Newton play football, when I see the ability and the talent level, when I see that arm strength, when I see the ability to read the defense, when I see the ability to become a oversized Derrick Henry style running back when the pocket breaks down, or the ability to run a read option. When I look at a guy that won an MVP, when I look at a guy that can lead a team to the Super Bowl, that's not what average quarterbacks do. Average quarterbacks just doesn't do that. There is no average quarterback that has Cam Newton's talent. And there is no average quarterback that has Cam Newton's resume. There is not one. And I keep asking you to show me one, and you cannot.
Well, Cam got to realize he got to throw the resume out the door. He's got to throw the resume out of the door. He has to take the Superman cape off. And he got to get in the film room. He got to study. He got to be a quick study, even more now with no off-season. Learning a totally different system that is probably not going to keep to Cam Newton's style of play. He's going to really have to study. This one thing Cam should have been doing. Cam, we saw the video. We saw the video of Cam working out, listening to gospel music in the background, screaming. They gave up on me. That's great. But Cam has never, his work ethic has never been questioned. Sure, he should be powerlifting, he should be lifting weight, but more so, he needs to be getting tutored by a real offensive-minded guru, learning how to read defense, checking progressive. he got to cover the mental aspect of the game because Coach Bill Belichick is going to tell him.
Okay, but G, before you go any further with that statement, don't you think that Bill Belichick himself has a better understanding of Cam Newton's mental awareness on the football field than you do? I mean, let's think about this for a second. Before Bill Belichick signs a Cam Newton, before he signs him, do you think that he considered Cam Newton's ability to read a defense? See, these are things where you gotta take a just fall back for a second, okay?
Let me say this, man. Let me say this. Bill Belichick hasn't been watching sports in the NFL Network, drooling on the opportunity to bring Cam Newton in the New England Patriots locker room.
You must be out of your mind.
If he did, why in the hell are we just seeing this signing in July? Damn, man, training camp started in a couple of weeks.
It's called business.
Let's be real here.
It's called business.
Bill B hasn't been sitting around waiting on this opportunity. This is an opportunity out of desperation, and we have seen Bill Belichick over the last 2 seasons, and the product shows on the field here in the last 2 seasons. We watched the Brady exit. We watched a AB debacle in Oakland and still get picked up by Belichick in the New England Patriots. We have been watching a very, very desperate Bill Belichick here in the latest moment. So to sit back here and think that Belichick been waiting on this opportunity to get a quarterback like Brady out and bring a quarterback like Cam Newton in is absurd to me, man. I don't see it happening in that way.
Okay.
And if Belichick really was really pounding the table to bring Cam Newton in New England, we would have seen this deal done earlier. We would have seen a better contract.
G, I mean, you're mixing up emotions with business, man. When you're doing business, there's no need to bring somebody in and sign them to a larger amount when you don't have to. It's called doing business. But let's keep this in mind. Some of Bill Belichick's greatest signings were desperate moves, and it were moves on players that the league had kind of given up on. Let's not forget how he got Randy Moss. But that don't change the fact that Randy Moss went on to have his greatest season and catch 22 touchdown passes. So just because Bill Belichick got him out of desperation, just because Bill Belichick got him at the last moment, and just because Bill Belichick got him on a sweetheart deal, doesn't take away the fact that Bill Belichick signed him thinking, I can make this man ball the fuck out. So that's the only point here. You went from saying that Bill Belichick would not sign this man because he's an average quarterback to now him signing him, and now you're saying, well, he's just an average quarterback. No, man, no, none of that makes any common sense. The bottom line is, can he help the football team, and will we win? And the bottom line is, Cam Newton is going to be the starting quarterback for this football team. So, however they decided to do their business, that's one thing. But the expectations on Cam Newton in New England is another thing. And I expect for them to go in there and have a terrific season. I expect for Bill Belichick to find ways to save Cam's legs and to save his health. And, hey, man, it's a problem for the Steelers, to be honest. To be perfectly honest with you, it's a problem for the Steelers. But, hey, man, I'm going to give you the final word, man. You came on, you was gracious. You explained yourself, man, and I want you to have the last word on Cam Newton.
Well, I mean, I want to see big things out of Cam Newton. I have his biggest critic, but I do want to see big things out of Cam Newton moving forward. He has placed himself in a great situation, and there's a great opportunity that we see Cam Newton land a big deal right there in New England, if not New England, somewhere else. But the thing about it, Cam Newton can't be Cam Newton moving forward. He has to be a NFL quarterback. He has to take the Superman cape off, and he has to play ball. He has to play the position like it's supposed to be, played. Yeah, get your laugh on. Let's get your laugh on. But I really want to see. I want to see reading defense.
Hold on, man.
I want to see him
Hold on,
go through his
G.
progressive.
Hey, Raider G, hold on, though, man. Hold on, man. You cracked me up. Did you just say that Cam Newton got to play ball?
He have to play ball. It's okay. It's okay when the game on the line. You put the Superman cape on then, but that's the problem with Cam. That's why he has thrown so many interceptions, because he feel like he has to be Superman. You have to at the quarterback position, you have to let the game come to you. Don't go after the game.
That's what I'm saying, man. I tried. So you saying he's thrown so many interceptions. Dude, look at the numbers, man. 182 touchdown passes to only 108 interceptions. Come on, man. You said he was injury prone. He's not. You said
he's very injury prone. He's very injury prone.
In 8 years he misses 3 games. That's injury prone to you, huh?
Yeah, the best ability is availability. And if he took that Superman cape off a long time ago, he wouldn't be injured so much. So that's what he got to look. He got to protect himself. Hey, no more front with flips in the end zone, front with flips out of bounds. Protect yourself. Slide down like the Russell Wilsons of the league. Hey, Lamar Jackson come in the league already. He learned from Cam Newton.
So you want to take everything away from this man. Lose all your swagger. Just be a robot. Don't do this. Don't do that. Man, get out of here, G. Man, you sound crazy, dog.
Well,
I was going to give you the last word. I was going to give you the last word, man. Man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. So Cam Newton needs to be a humble person, huh?
Nah, I mean, I ain't saying he definitely can be humble. He definitely can be humble.
But no celebrations. Don't do none of that.
I mean, yeah, you used to seeing him scoring touchdowns and opening up the Superman cape. We used to seeing him run for the first down and throw out the ref signal as in first down. But we don't see him limping back to the sideline over and over and over and over again. Hey, at this point in his career, he's not as young as he was. He has to protect himself, and he has to reap the benefits of quarterback contracts in the NFL and quit signing these low-balling deals.
Hey, man, well, with that, man, it's a wrap, man. It was a good build-up, man. I thank you for coming through. I'm going to call you after this is over, man. We're going to really get our argue on, man.
Most definitely, man. I enjoyed the show, man. I really did, man. As always, man. Keep doing your thing, man. Raider G Hall out.
My man, thanks for calling, brother.
100.
Yeah. Man, family, listen, man. I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this a wrap with that. But sometimes when you talk sports with people, man, you gotta get down to the root of things, man. And as we found out, man, Raider G Hall is a Bama fan, man. He's Roll Tide through and through, and Cam is an Auburn guy. I can't help but to think that there's some bias there. I just can't help but to think. But from where I'm standing, man, I'm just rooting for Cam. I like Cam. I can't stand the way he dressed. A little feminine, but I like Cam Newton, as a quarterback. I wanted the Steelers to get him. So I'm rooting for Cam Newton, man. I want to see him do well. He is only 31 years old. I think we forget that. His health is a concern. He got to stay healthy. But again, man, he's only 31 years old, and he's normally reliable as hell. So I'm rooting for Cam. Everybody, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Help me grow the channel so that we can make it a platform so that more callers can come on and we can have fun with this and talk about current events, social things, politics, voting, sports, all of that type of stuff. Whatever we're on the book talking about, man, we can bring it to the show and talk about, man. This is ours, man. But with that being said, man, I'm out, man.